Hey y'all, hope you've had a good day. I just wanted to touch base with y'all. So it appears that people are starting to file in to Rogersville, Tennessee for Summer's Vigil. I hope that it remains respectful and honors her, and that the drama doesn't continue there as it has on the internet. It's really concerning that we have no new information about Summer's disappearance. And, I kind of find it odd that right here before her vigil, the PIs, the uppers, are out there with a drone looking around. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, because we want answers, right? But why? Why now? I mean, why not every day since they were hired on? You know what I mean? I heard on another channel that a local man had told this person that they had dropped bodies into deep holes in the ground and never found. And that's concerning when you have a little missing girl and there's no evidence to anything. That bothers me a lot. It bothers me that Jody Sue has been such a mouthpiece in this. I mean, from day one. I mean, the very start, she's been like the spokesperson for the Wells, which is odd. You look at who are the people that were there that day. You got Grandis, Candace, allegedly Dawn is at work. You got Jody Sue and her two kids. Okay, so there's a potential 5 witnesses to something besides the 3 brothers. And there's just so many, even with the boys. But of course, we heard from Candace. So Candace says the boys were watching TV. The boys have told law enforcement that they were playing hide and seek. Just nothing adds up. You can't make sense of anything. Everybody lies. It's troubling. Um, and speaking of the boys, I was thinking about them. Here I heard that Candace is in Arkansas hanging out with Dawn's buddies. You got their dad that's probably going to be in prison for the rest of his life for the things he's done, rightfully so. And then you've got this mother who probably had a good chance to get the boys back if she had followed all of the recommendations from CPS, rehab, counseling, improving the house, which they had a lot of help with that. But she didn't take those steps. And I was thinking, okay, well, at least the oldest two probably have a really good understanding of what's going on by now. And, if they're not getting phone calls from their parents or visits, what that would do to them emotionally, it would have to scar them. They would have to feel like they're not wanted by their parents, which is heartbreaking, and that they weren't willing to make the needed adjustments and changes in their life to get them back. Now, it's been said that they don't want to go home, and that's a very good possibility that they don't. It wouldn't surprise me, but I was just thinking about what that would do to them emotionally to feel like that their parents aren't even fighting for them. That would have long-term effects, I do believe, on top of all the other issues that they probably have. They've got their sister still missing, so I'm sure they're dealing with something with that too. I mean, Summer's captivated all of our hearts, and we want to know where she is. And that was their little sister. It's really heartbreaking and really sad. This case has brought out the best and the worst in so many people, and we have no answers. And the people that do know, and I do think there are people that know down in that area, they're not going to tell. They're not going to talk. They're not going to give each other up. It's like a jailhouse mentality or something down there. You know, you got locals being threatened for speaking up on the things they have. Got YouTube creators being threatened. It's a really volatile situation and scary, to be honest with you. And just to think that this little girl was right there in the middle of all that chaos down on Beach Creek and Ben Hill area. All the criminal activity, all the RSOs and SOs, the ones that haven't been convicted, the drug dealing. It's just overwhelming. And it's heartbreaking, really. And we don't have all the information that law enforcement has. We know that. It does bother me that they don't come out and just update the public, knowing that every day thousands of people are listening and looking to see if any break comes in this case. Every day. And it's odd, the silence from law enforcement, in my opinion. I like to think that they really want Summer found, but they all seem so angry when they have to speak about it to a reporter or whatever. And maybe it's frustration like we all feel, but they seem to have like some anger issues when it comes to Summer's case. And, it is always concerning to me that people surrounding the Wells have some kind of ties with some of the people in the law enforcement. And I'm not saying they're shady or anything like that. It's just, I feel like the ball has been dropped here. I think that the house should have been, I think the day Summer went missing, that instead of just assuming she walked off, that they would have processed the vehicles, the home, for any kind of evidence that they may need in the future, because now there are things that have been removed off the land, like the refrigerator. The home has been altered in many ways, and so they can't process it now. And Grandis's truck, I'm wondering if it's even the same truck. And then you got Grandis, who always seems to disappear. Got Candace in one state, Grandis in another, Dawn going to a completely different state. And then what about these little kids? I don't see any family stepping forward and saying, hey, I want to take them and raise them. I don't see that happening. Sonia was reportedly there 3 days before Summer went missing, but she has come out and said, no, I haven't been to Tennessee in 10 years. But with all these family members, no one's willing to take these children and help find out what has happened to Summer. And as a mother, I don't see how Candace could just move on like that. She has no custody of any child she's given birth to. I guess we'll have to watch and see what happens in the next little bit. But it's a year this little baby's been gone. A whole year. I really hope the TBI is really digging into this case. I mean, Dawn said it's bigger than we can imagine. I believe he was speaking the truth on that. I think there is a lot of underhanded, nasty stuff that goes on in that area. Not by a lot of the good locals. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this like little select group that's down there together that keeps the secrets and protects each other. It's really sad that human life isn't more important than all their devious behaviors and keeping that silent. Little girls don't just disappear off the face of the earth. And I wish and I pray daily that the truth comes out and Summer gets her justice. I'll talk to y'all later.